Good afternoon to you, Mr. Gerald Michael, President of Wellcare Student Care Center.
Right.
Thank you for coming down for this interview. Purpose of this interview is to clarify the false allegations against you made by the minor Neha, which was posted on YouTube in March. Can you please explain how and why did this happen to you?
Okay. This is something which is not expected from anyone to happen, but I think we clearly have to put it very closely that people have some intentions of tarnishing a profile name of a person, and it was, in fact, it was a bit of shock for me that it was happening to me without, for all these years that I've not gone through with this. It's such a pity that they have used this minor Neha for some other reasons behind, to target and to tarnish a person's, my name in a way of, for other reasons. Yeah.
Thank you for the explanation. I was told that Neha was also doing a Valentine's song with you and they took it as a target to create the allegation. Can you please explain?
That is very, very something which I wouldn't wanted to speak very broadly, because the thing is, people perceptions and intentions, if they are not in the media line and they are not in the art line, using that kind of title to match, to tarnish a person's name, to match and mix and to really make a kind of very dirty kind of background to hit a person, and without knowing the knowledge of how the person who, it's like people who, we are in the media, that we used to act and dance, and they just take it as a target. Especially it's not the public, they took it as a target, but of course for the public it's like, they feel that it's nice because it's entertaining, and I've been in the media for quite some time. And Neha is somebody which is a growing talented girl who has been doing a lot of songs with us also in our production. But they have been using her as a victimized person to hit, to make up a story, to plan, so that they can get the concrete evidence to put it a very strong image of a story to be telling.
Thank you for that. How did you feel when they posted this video on YouTube? Who is behind this? And why have they gone to this level to tarnish your reputation?
Okay, this is something which is, I don't know, I'm keeping on telling this is something. Okay, but it's very surprisingly that I don't wish to mention the names. I think the authority has already been doing the investigation. It is very sad to say that it was other reasons of one of the person which is planning the whole scenario to hit with their own intentions to tarnish the innocent girl's name and my name together. And it's very ridiculous to put it in a way that this is called, we are in Singapore, and something which is, you want to do like this, that kind of propaganda and things like that to match. I think this is something which is very bad. And they have used that kind of allegation which is, which I don't want to mention what is the actual thing. Singapore is something that we know that it is a well-brightened country for law, and they are first to identify everything in detail. So they can't get away from there. It is a family planned up to tarnish the link of the reputation. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Will you consider Neha in your future event?
Of course, she's growing up, talented girl who has been in my hands for many years, and I was the person who was a mentor for her, to coach her, to have no fear for stage, dance, and appearing in. I have more plans for her. In fact, maybe in Europe, because we are intend to put it in Europe and other countries like KSL formulation and things like that, our events. Just because of this, I believe that I should not take anything personal like what the other party has done. So we are looking at the talented people who are coming up in line. And she's a growing girl and she's very good. And lately we just posted one, which we had in Changi Sailing Club last year. She has done one song with me, which is in the Facebook. So she's amazing and she can do better. And it doesn't affect me in anything for her, for her future plans that she's going to work with my productions. Yeah.
It's nice to hear. It's very
Yeah.
kind of you. How did you manage to clear your image since you are seen as a public figure?
I don't need to clear my image. It is so much of response which I've been building with the society, with ministers and event coordinators, and even I've been acting in dramas. I even performed in Europe, in Amsterdam, in Paris. I did MTV dramas in Korea, in Bangkok and things like that. So people know. You don't need to tell that whether I have to clear or not to clear. Because again, I'm talking about this, which is like we are in Singapore, we are not in other countries that we have to go and clear and things like that. The image is very important because I'm also running a childcare center, I'm running a student care center under the education board. So we don't need to, for myself is I don't need to, and I'm also a mentor for all the way for advising for Indian Artists Association. And lately we had a gathering and a meeting and everybody was welcoming me in a way that none of them has believed that allegation was against me. So in conclusion, I don't need an image to be cleared. We need the authority to clear the image for both parties to show in the public that where it went wrong. Yes.
What are your intentions and plans to proceed to this matter?
All right, very good question. It is not in my hands because this is a criminal act and this is not going to be silent. And people who are involved in this is not a people which is a normal people, not like production people who are having jealousy against. But it's very sad to say that they are under the government vocation. And with evidence and ground, solid, concrete, for abetting the innocent girl and going through with a plan out by not forgetting their positions in the authority that where they are standing in is such a pity. It is very sad. They can tarnish anyone's name, not even my name. But it is very sad to say that they can't be coming back to where they are supposed to stand, especially people who are in the statutory board. It is very, very serious offense can be taken and it's not in my hands. But of course, I'm using my own solicitor, Mr. Matthew Corin from Regent Law, well-known, very expert lawyer. Everybody knows him. He's one of the lawyers who can, known to many people for justice. And he's behind this for the whole thing. And I'm not cared for the cost. I'm not looking for the allegations to be cleared right now. I'm looking basically that the innocent Neha should be having a brighter future, but that should not be the way to tarnish. Everybody has to be punished, like what our minister says. Even a minister's wife or minister's sister or whoever it is, when it comes to law, it is a crime, you have to face it, you have to be punished. So that is my viewpoint that what I'm supposed to do, which I'm going for the cause very much for the damages, which I'm as a profile person as well. Yeah.
Thank you for your detailed explanation. How much damage has this allegation done to you, Mr. Gerald?
Oh yes, something that which is we didn't wanted to hear for this 2015. I would say that we have seen such kind of titles given in movies or dramas, and we have heard it in some other countries that which is vaguely, then, but not here for me, which is something is speculated quite fast. It has damaged that much, but I'm not taking it that seriously because we have sent that particular victim also for DNA course, I mean a DNA certification and all that by lawfully. So everything is detailed which is under the evidence of the law. So I'm sad for the people who have planned this, and I'm sad for their families, and I'm sad for whatever they have done towards me without having that intention. They are stepping into the law of Singapore. Yes.
Mr. Gerald, you are not only known as a president for your student care center, but you are also known in Europe as a celebrity, like you mentioned just now.
Yes.
What do you want to say to your fans out there?
Oh yes, I do had some emails and WhatsApps and Facebook links, messengers and all that. I have to thank God above that they had the rapport with me, which is they couldn't even believe what I was supposed to be, because I'm used to be a very justification person. Even when I was doing some dramas there in last year in Europe itself, in London, I was very precise person that I go by papers, by law, by law. If the contract says it's in that way, then I just abide accordingly to this. So nobody has believed that. But some people who came and asked me saying that, is it could be true or untrue? Because people change. Sometimes people's attitude change. Sometimes people are not the same as yesterday. So we can't blame that. But we have put it everything upload in the YouTube with all the papers, with all the evidence. And I'm very glad to say I have to really thank God and my family support and my people around that whoever who has done this to me, I have to thank them indirectly. They made me more visible to other places, which is that small holes can be seen towards me also. Yeah.
We would like to know, when will your next event and drama be launched?
The next event supposed to be launched very soon, by next month, if everything goes fine. And normally we will have some outdoor shoots for Bollywood's dancers and all that. That particular song which we were targeted, the people were targeted and were against of Neha and myself was supposed to be released for the Valentine release. That song will be shown in the projected in the event itself. And talking about my new drama is still under the production of linking with another director, which is quite a long, tedious kind of thing. But we are looking at late November to be, we are hoping that to be released also. Yeah.
Thank you. We wish you all the best and we
Thank you.
look forward to seeing that. Mr. Gerald, what is your advice to male celebrities in our industry?
Male celebrities, yes, it was never an issue previously. But after my issue was out, I think it became an issue right now. And precisely put it for all the male celebrities that you should know how to talk to people, you should know how to keep a distance with people, you should know how to move with people, and you should know how to keep certain standards of your image, that it should not be waived by anyone else to take advantage against you.
Lastly, Mr. Gerald, what would you like to say in conclusion for these whole allegations of tarnishing your name?
I would say that it's an experience for every celebrity, for every male new people who are into the industry of coming to get involved in dramas and getting into the production line. And it is an alert for everybody, it's a ring bell for everyone that I would be the living testimony for everyone. This should not happen to anyone. I think it's a very sad thing. And those, we look at gentlemen. We call ladies as ladies, but we also look at a man which is gentleman. Gentleman means it's like gentle with linked together. So they have a soft side in them. So if they have that kind of hardness in them to go through if this kind of thing, whatever has happened to me, then is something that we look on to, that they can fight through. But if it happens to someone which is drowning down, which they can't even fight, and they get fear with it and they get run away, and the whole thing of the talent of people of celebrity who are upcoming right now, it will be also affected in their lifetime, and people will be having fear. Those kind of celebrities who are supposed to be coming up and the talented people will have fear in media, and they will have fear. It's like, if I become one and if they don't like me, and they will start on this, like what they did to Mr. Gerald. So that is something that they have to take it an advantage to move on, like what I have gone through for a living testimony to all the people now, which is I won't be able to forget what has taken place. But definitely coming back to the tarnishing part, looking at the authority, they will be severely punished, because as a profile person, and they are under the board of also the working under the government sectors. So it will be a very serious punishable, especially if it comes to abetting to use somebody, which is not excusable for Singapore authority to just close eyes. Yeah.
Once again, Mr. Gerald, thank you to be interviewed today, and we wish you all the best for the future.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.